We are on a small boat sailing across an ocean, the North Atlantic Ocean. From the southern tip of Gran Canaria to the northern tip of St. Lucia on the edge of the Caribbean Sea, this is a voyage of nearly 3,000 nautical miles.
Ah, bizarre, those big waves. Life on the ocean road.
After months of preparation and sailing more than 1,700 nautical miles from North Wales to Pasito Blanco, Laurence and his rival 38, Iola, are now 1 week into their longest passage together.
Oh wow! Look at this, skipper. We've got pancakes, melon, banana, blackberry, pomegranate, and yogurt. Oh, and honey. Delicious. What do you think?
I think I'm getting used to cooking on a boat. It's definitely makes things more exciting.
Extreme cooking. We got used to the rock and roll. I tell you what, your calf muscles and your buttocks will be strong after this, you know.
I'll put that on my CV. Mended mug.
Oh, mended.
Well, we'll see. See how long it. See if it makes. We'll see if it makes it to the St. Lucia.
So how are you going to wash your clothes in a bucket?
Carry on.
I was just apart from letting out the sheets to slow the boat down, we caught the marty.
Yes.
How many days we had the twin head sails up without adjusting them at all?
It feels.
Any sail change.
It feels like a week, but it isn't. It feels like a long time.
4 or 5 days?
No, it's not as much as that, is it? Is it?
Wow. At least 3 days.
Yeah.
And all we've done is adjust the
hydrovane. Yeah.
By 5 or 10 degrees each way. Simples.
Yeah. I could attach each individual garment to a piece of rope and throw it out the back and see if that washes it. But
yeah, we want to get there.
Yeah, slow us down too much.
I thought you were trying to get your barnacles off your underwear. Yes, you don't want barnacles on your bottom.
You don't.
It's a good idea to tie the seawater bucket to the boat before dropping it over the side. The amount of fresh water a boat holds is limited by the size of tanks and space for extra cans. Use a very small amount of biodegradable, eco-friendly detergent. Seawater is used to wash clothes by hand, with a final rinse in a small amount of fresh water within your daily ration.
Satisfying.
For undergarments.
The little things in life are most important, aren't they? Just passing away the time at sea. Although I can't get rid of the banana stain.
What's the plan for today?
Yeah, you said what's the plan for today? And Skipper said I've forgotten what I was going to say.
I said I don't have one.
Oh dear.
Whilst we've had, I think, 2 or 3 days of fantastic downwind sailing in, or more than that, in 20-25 knots, going fantastically.
Yeah.
6, sometimes 7 knots, averaging over 120, 140 miles a day. We're now in a hole with no wind. In fact, what little wind there is not from the east as forecast, it's from the southwest.
Which is
the direction we're going, so we're motoring into it. So the plan for today is to carry on motoring until we find some wind, or the wind finds us. So we could go for stop the engine, go for a swim.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
And what's the problem with motoring for too long?
I suppose the main thing is that on this boat we only have 180 litres of diesel, so we can only motor for 3 or 4 days depending on consumption. So we can't motor indefinitely, so we're reliant on wind to get to our destination.
And how much fuel have we used so far?
We calculated around 40 litres.
Around 40 litres.
Assuming that we're using between 1.5 and 2 litres per hour. We've only had the engine on for 20 hours, leaving Las Palmas for motoring for a day, and then we've been charging the batteries every 2 or 3 days.
So the prediction from the wind point of view, if the prediction were correct, would we be sailing now?
No, so that we knew that we were going to be entering a hole of no wind, so we're trying to get south and west to find some wind. The prediction wasn't that was that we would still be sailing at this point, so we've got these conditions earlier than was originally planned or forecast.
Downloading a new forecast now.
We'd like to get a bigger picture of what's happening, not just in the area that we are, but a bigger picture of what's happening generally in the Atlantic. But so far the forecasts have been relatively accurate.
Yeah.
Both accurate and also consistent across the various models that we've been downloading. We know that leaving Gran Canaria in December is early in the season, and the trade winds haven't yet fully developed. So we're always going to be in for a little bit of a game of cat and mouse chasing the wind.
Yeah.
Currents circulating the oceans, driven by the Earth's daily rotation, winds, atmospheric pressure, lunar influence and temperature changes from the poles to the equator. It's a map of natural interactions far too complex for a short explanation. The trade winds are so called because they assisted commercial sailing vessels in moving goods around the world. The east to west North Atlantic trade wind blows most favourably from late November to early January within a band between the equator and the northern horse latitude. The traditional route from the Canaries is to sail south toward the coast of Africa and then head west. At 9 days out from Gran Canaria, Iola's position is similar to many of the Ark boats on their Day 9 progress. We set off 4 days later than the Ark boats and took a westerly route earlier because of the wind prediction. Our Day 12 position is south of most of the Ark fleet.
Last night we had to change the sail plan because the wind dropped. The sails were flogging around. I was on watch, so we decided at 3:30 in the morning to put the engine on. So been motoring for 7 hours. Life on the ocean wave. Right then.
Laurence stopped the engine, centred the boom and rigged a line with fender attached. This safety method ensures that people in the water have something to hang on to.
Yeah, don't let go of that.
If the boat starts to move faster. This swim felt wonderful with 4,000 metres of water beneath us and whatever curious creatures might be around.
You know that story about I think it was a boat in Queensland.
Yeah.
Well, they all dived off the back and hadn't put the boarding ladder down.
Oh, no.
What happened?
Did they get rescued?
No,
They all drowned?
the 5 of them, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, enjoy yourselves down there.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
If he starts to launch the Genoa, get worried. Thank you, Laurence.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the best shower ever.
Skipper went in only when crew were safely back on board.
Oh, this is beautiful and warm.
Isn't it? Whoa! Doesn't that feel great?
This is the prediction for today. The time now is actually 8:30. The white dot, which is that dot there, that's us. These are the predictions. We're following basically one of these lines. So the actual wind situation, 3.2 knots. Moving forward later today, so we'd be about there. Laurence has had to put the engine back on again. He did have the sails up during the night for a short spell, and we're motoring again using more diesel, hoping to get the sails up again later today if the wind actually does what the prediction says it should be doing. But it's a prediction, it's not actual fact. The predict wind weather routine that Laurence is using is you can select one of the predictions because there are 5 or 6 different models from different providers. And the one that Laurence has selected, he then uploads it to Navionics and then puts it onto the Navionics chart. That's our current position, current speed, which is fluctuating, direction. It tells you how far away the waypoint is and the amount of time it will take to get you there at your current speed and direction. So if we're looking to get to number 6, which is there, we are currently near number 5, and that is 43 nautical miles away, which is 7 hours. And our final destination is over here. At the moment, around about 14 days at this speed. The log filled out every change of watch and any other event that happens.
Tell me about this bracelet you've just made.
Well, my friend Jonathan showed me how to make friendship bracelets, so I've decided I'm going to make one for each of my sisters, and this one is for my niece Penelope. She's only got little bracelets.
Need more wind, Skipper.
I'm good, but not quite that.
There's some things that can't be influenced. As Sheenagh's thought was she wanted me to be there by the 17th of December. So that's not going to happen.
Well, I saw the first arc boats in already. Did you see that message from Sheenagh?
If the true wind was on the beam, we'd be better off, wouldn't we? Still hardly any wind. So we have to resort to something that's an enjoyment. Christmas cake is a little morale booster. Not that morale is low, but it's still good to have. Is it nice up here?
Glorious.
Yeah. Would you like, with your tea, some cake and the cheese? Shall I bring it up here for you? Yeah. The answer is yes, isn't it?
Just cheese. Just cheese, no cake.
Just cheese, no cake.
And yes, you can bring it to me here. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, it's cut like a pair of Moore's drawers. But it's big and it's stretched, but it's working.
Well, it's also very colourful. That's true.
No, true.
Yeah. Did I hear you say that why aren't all sails like that?
Yeah,
These
brilliant
spinnakers.
canvas for, it's a lost opportunity for something artistic. in my opinion.
Happy chappy over there, look.
As wind changed direction and increased very slightly, we needed to change the sail plan and alter course from a southerly to a westerly heading, hoping to hitch a ride on the developing trade wind breeze further south. Without a headsail, tacking through the wind is difficult on a long-keeled boat. After 3 failed attempts, we then safely jibed the following wind. Then poled out the Genoa, ready for night sailing. The symmetrical spinnaker made an appearance today after the night sail and added an extra knot of speed in the light wind.
We are officially halfway across. We're doing some extra speed. If we were to keep up the speed of 6 knots, we could arrive in St. Lucia in around 11, maybe 10 days. We have seen only 2 other vessels in the last week. All of the fresh vegetables are now finished. We have got fruit left. How do I feel? It's as I expected it to be, which was a lot of adjustment of sails, changing sails, and then nothing for a long time other than domestic duties. Glad that we're not having to use the engine. Laurence is having a kip right now because he'll be on watch later. Not a lot else to say really at the moment.
For safety reasons, we took down the Big Blue and set the Genoa for sailing in darkness. To try and get more speed, Laurence wanted a staysail added, but the halyard was on the wrong side of the polar pole. Inventive lassoing solved the problem.
Yep. Just under 5 knots. A bit dark and grey, isn't it? Compared to what we've been having.
Iola is fitted with the popular hydrovane unit, which performed well in all sailing conditions and points of sail. The steering is set for course to wind, the sail plan and trim setup.
But it was blowing at 22 knots.
Just at the wind vanes.
The wind vane position is set by rotating a drive unit which turns the vane. Using this type of unit replaces power-hungry autopilot electrical type steering units, which will struggle or fail in heavy conditions. When wind forces the vane over on its hinge, a linkage turns the auxiliary rudder to steer the boat back to the required heading to balance the wind on each side of the vane. Balancing sails is still necessary to reduce weather helm force on the rudder, but this should always be a constant thought for trimming sails, regardless of steering method.
Skip the going today, don't switch the engine on.
Yeah.
I love the twinkly twinkly wake up call you have on your phone.
I don't love it. It enters my dreams and I'm like, figure out 1,000 ways to make it stop.
Bit of a cool wind blowing, so we're using a bit of heat from the engine bay to help let the bread rise. Laurence has called it the Battle of the Breads. It's just a case of getting bread made. Hopefully it will rise.
Bread won't keep to last the whole voyage, so making your own is a good thing to do. Pan bread is easy to make if you have somewhere warm for it to rise and prove. It is time consuming, but worth the effort. The Battle of the Breads commenced with a recipe I shared with Jemima and one that Laurence had. We each made a batch, and the skipper won Best Loafer award for his stove pot version.
We change course or something? Okay, so the bread test. It's okay, is it alright? Good. Good. It takes a lot longer than you think though.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Do before it gets dark.
Put some stuff on there.
Want to do it now? You alright? Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah? Yeah, that's good. Alright. Stop fastening to go down the lazy jack.
That's actually the shroud.
Shroud. It's great. It's great. We are more than a halfway across now, and we have less than 1,200 miles to go. It's a long way, isn't it? The last 24 hours we've been really rushing along quite well, up to 7 knots average. See why we were occasionally hitting 10 knots, because some of these waves are quite steep, which is quite exhilarating in the middle of the night when you can't see the waves. Predictions from Predict Wind on the weather routing are now split. There's 3 going north of a predicted quiet area and 3 going south of it. The north route is shorter because we want to be at the north side, the north tip of St Lucia when we arrive. So the boat time is changing 4 hours over the distance. We've currently changed 2 hours, gone back 2 hours. We've got 2 more hours to go back before we arrive at St Lucia. Last night Jemima cooked a Moroccan tagine with butternut squash and chickpeas and lots of herbs and spices. Very nice. Other than that, there's a lot of sea, there's a lot of sky, big waves, some clouds, occasional rain, which there was last night, and food. Jemima and I, at their request, had a go at playing banana tiles. It wasn't a good idea. Tiles went all over the deck. We played cribbage, Wordmaster, which is like Scrabble on a computer. Oh, backgammon. Bit of fishing. Looking forward to breakfast at Midway. This is my favourite position when I'm on night watch. I can sit here on the coaming with my back against the guardrail, holding on to the dodger, and put the main sheet here. Don't need to make any adjustments. I haven't made any adjustments for ages now. So I'm tethered on as well. Safety first. Occasionally a wave coming over onto the side deck, but nothing breaking over the bow because we've got a flowing wind. I was really sleepy at about 5:30 this morning. In fact, I was late on watch. My alarm went off at 4:45. Lay down to find where my clothes were and fell asleep. Next thing I know, it's 4:05 and Laurence is shaking me to wake me up. Oops.
So that's three more night watches.
Hey, we maintain 6 knots plus.
Yeah.
And it'll be under 8 days.
Whoa! Oh my days!
Hey.
Oh my gosh!
Battle won in the galley again though. I asked Jemima earlier on and she counted her bruises. They're multiplying.
Yeah. Rapidly.
Which word is that? It's 2 words. Oh, abandoning ship. Flare, life raft. Life jacket, flare, life raft.
Equipment. Extinguisher.
Oh, extinguish.
Fire extinguisher. Second word's equipment.
So, safety equipment. Hey!
Safety equipment. Oh, okay. Great. Good job.
We've been at sea for 2 weeks, got into a routine and thought we were doing well. And now we just wanted to get there.
got here?
Sir, can I have some more? How many hours have you got?
Yeah.
Like a tiara.
Nearly there.